Hey everyone, this is Sunglass Rob from SportRx, and I'm here with my friend Phil Metz from Skills with Phil, professional downhill racer and YouTube extraordinaire. Does that about cover it?
Yeah, that about covers it.
And wild man, maybe a little bit.
You can put that term in front of my name. That's fine.
Action sports hero. Yeah.
And Stephane Roch, who's a professional cross-country racer and one of the fastest guys in California on a mountain bike, quite literally.
That's right. Thanks.
And we're here in California at California Bikes in La Jolla. This is just an amazing bike shop. We're here to talk about dropper seat posts. And I don't think there's still a debate out there. I'm in love with mine. I got a new mountain bike about a year and a half ago. My old bike was like 15 years old and so much has changed. But I feel like the thing that made the biggest difference was the dropper seat post. And I just kind of want to talk to you guys a little about it, get your opinions on it, and just basically what a dropper seat post is really quick. Obviously you guys are more technical than me. You got this lever right here. When you're sitting on the bike and you hit the lever, the seat goes down, and that way you can get your weight behind the seat and it's way easier to descend, go over technical things. If you're doing tricks or jumps, the seat's out of your way. And then yours is on like a crazy trigger. Mine doesn't go up that fast. I think the cooler you are, the faster it goes up. But I don't know, you guys should talk now. I talk too much.
Yeah, so I'm actually, being a cross-country racer, this is one of the few bikes that I've owned that have a dropper post. And
yeah,
really,
most cross-country race bikes don't really have one, right?
Generally speaking, no, although they are starting to come around. Dropper posts are coming in less travel now, and they're becoming much lighter. So it is something that you're starting to commonly see on cross-country bikes.
And you're more trail riding and downhill riding, and so it's kind of maybe a little bit more common, right?
Yeah, well, on a downhill bike, you usually wouldn't even have a dropper post.
Because it's already just slammed.
But on a trail bike, since you're doing a lot of climbing and downhill, you would have a dropper post. And I was actually a long-term dropper post holdout because I thought it was kind of like more of a marketing gimmick. It seemed kind of cheesy. I could get to the top and then just manually drop it. But wow, it really does make a difference, because on those little sections of trail where you might not think about it at first, you can drop your post and get a little bit better body position, and just for those little quick downs that you wouldn't normally think about.
Yeah, and you also don't have to stop and put the seat down and then remember where it was and like have it marked. Yeah. It's just like,
absolutely,
it's like almost foolproof.
As far as trails that I ride a lot here in San Diego, it's really, really important. There's this one run that I like to do. It's maybe about a 15-minute segment, and it's mostly on the downhills, but it's pretty pedally. And what the dropper post allows me to do is really, get my center of gravity low on the steep technical sections, and then I may have a little kicker I might need to climb up, and immediately I could just pop that button, have my seat height back up to where I need it, and instantly get power back onto the pedals in a seated position. And then again, crest that little roller, drop it down, and hit the next technical section with a lot of speed. So it's really something that I am constantly using now that I have it on this bike. I absolutely love it. Yeah.
So I think there's some pros and cons to dropper seat posts. I think we talked about some of the pros, like being able to get the seat out of the way on the fly is obviously the whole point of it, which is the biggest pro. I think there's some cons though. They're not cheap. They go somewhere between $300 and $600. Is that about right? Depending on the brand and the quality and the model. So that's for most people a significant investment. A lot of bikes now come with them though. The other thing I've noticed is I don't think the science is perfected yet. I mean, you're putting a lot of weight and pressure on this part. It's got the lever. I mean, I don't think, and we're kind of in, I would still say somewhere in the early stages of dropper seat posts with the technology, and they're getting better and better every year. But I've broken a couple $500 dropper seat. I mean, I break everything. I'm a big guy, and I'm not gingerly with any equipment on the bike or off the bike, but have you noticed that that's maybe one of the cons?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that you definitely want to do some research as far as reliability goes. There's nothing worse than having your dropper stay down, you can't bring it up, and being 10 miles away from your car and having to pedal it home with the seat super low, that's just no fun at all. So I do feel that the technology has significantly improved on them. The Fox here I've had very good luck with, and yeah.
Manufacturers are usually pretty good about warrantying.
The first year for sure is covered usually.
Yeah. So usually that's not an issue. I mean, you might not be riding a bike for a week, but usually they will fix up your dropper post and get a fresh one if need be.
Nice. What did we miss on dropper posts?
It should be added that some dropper posts allow you to key press the lever.
Yeah.
Allow you to leave your seat kind of in the middle position. Some of them don't.
I think this one does.
Yeah, sorry.
So this one you can do all the way down, or halfway, or go back all the way.
This one is pretty much infinite, but on some, like there's like a few increments, and then on some of them you just have low and raised. The one last thing I would add is there are some dropper posts that use electric dropper posts, like the Megura, the Megura Veron or something like that. That one is actually electric.
It's like digital?
Yeah, so you just have, so that means you just have no cables, which I actually prefer, because one of the things I don't care about with dropper posts are the cables. It just kind of makes your bike look a little bit more messy, and cable routing can be complicated.
Right, that's actually very nice to have an electronic dropper. This one here works with a cable. If you look at the RochShox, that's actually a hydraulic line. So that could be also a little bit harder to work on. If there's a problem with your seat post, you have to, you know, especially with these internally routed frames now, these lines all go inside. With a hydraulic line that you need to re-bleed, that could be a lot of work to do as well. So something to think about. Well,
and you could be like Rob and not do it yourself and go to the bike shop.
That's right.
And let them do everything. And don't forget to take a 6-pack when you go to the bike shop. Do it. Trust me, it's a thing. Anyways, that's a lot about dropper seat post. If you have any more questions, please feel free to leave it in the comment sections. If us at SportRx don't have the answer, we know some guys that might. By the way, SportRx is all about eyewear. We make the best prescription eyewear in the world. If you have a high prescription or a tough prescription and you're doing a fun sport like mountain biking, we can definitely get you dialed in. Or if you have perfect eyesight like these two handsome young gentlemen racers, we have amazing non-prescription glasses as well. If you want to follow Stephane on Instagram, I highly recommend you do. It's at Swiss Mountain Biker, and mountain is MTN. And then Phil has just an incredible YouTube channel with so many shenanigans and tutorials and hair comments and mustaches happening. So I would definitely check out Skills with Phil. It'll make you a better mountain biker. It's definitely made me a better mountain biker. So we'll see you guys out there later on.